Welcome back to Great Minds Think Alike. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Nick. And we've had a busy few weeks, as if you've been following with the new puppy. Ace is starting to be potty trained, house trained. So our lives are kind of coming back to normal. We're able to get on our routine and stuff. And, one thing that I've noticed while we're trying to raise this puppy is, I can't do it without you.
I can't do it without you.
We've been taking turns. We've been helping each other. And we realize the collaboration on trying to raise this puppy is key.
So that's what we're going to talk about today, the power of collaboration.
Yep, so that's what this episode is about, the power of collaboration. Not just with puppies, which it's important with them, but with everything in life. So let's jump into it.
So you go further when you do it with a team, when you do things together.
Yeah, I want to start by saying, the reason that humans are the way we are, the reasons we're the top species by so much, it's intelligence, right? But it's also using that intelligence for collaboration and communication. That's how we came to the top of the food chain. That's how we keep going farther. And that translates into everything in life. It really does.
This is especially true in the business world, speaking on our business segment right now. The bigger the company, the more employees you need.
Exactly. And I say this is why HR departments are becoming so important in all these big companies. HR wasn't a thing so many years ago. Now every company is putting so much money into it because they make people cooperate. HR manages the people and manages the cooperation and communication with them. And the reason companies spend so much money on that is because they know the value of people.
Coming from an HR background prior to real estate, I just want to go through, they recruit more people, so more employees to the company. Employee relations is another branch of HR, which disputes any problem that goes on within the company with employees. And the benefits, when you have people here, they need health insurance. It's an added incentive to join your company.
Yeah, it essentially manages people and helps the collaboration of people run more smoothly. And that's why companies pump millions into HR nowadays, right?
The first company that comes to mind with all of this is Google. They have an estimated revenue of $350 billion. Crazy.
Buy a cheeseburger or two.
But what it takes to run this company is over 300,000 employees.
To run something that big, it takes so much collaboration from so many different people. And that's the highest scale of it. Even all the way scaled down to your mom and pop shops and your small businesses, it still takes a collaboration of different people.
Yeah.
So you need people in your business that do different things to help you out. So it brings me to the saying, don't be a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Meaning don't try to do everything, but be great at nothing. Pick something that you're good at, hone in on that thing, and collaborate with others that are good at the other pieces that are missing. And that's what's going to bring you success. Not trying to do everything yourself and doing it all mediocre.
Collaborating is power, because collaborating, when you do that with people, you're expanding your reach. You're sharing your resource pool. You are sharing knowledge. And when you bring your knowledge, I bring my knowledge, we grow together.
And you come up with good ideas. That's how we come up with these episodes. Gab brings some things, I bring some things, and it comes together.
And we just bounce off of each other, and it just flows like that.
And it needs to be the same with your business or your career. You get ideas with you and the people around you, and that's how everything comes together.
And I also want to touch on influencer marketing and paid collaborations and whatnot. All these influencers, TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform you look at them on, they are sponsoring brands and companies, and these companies are paying these influencers to have whatever product they're promoting reach a larger audience.
Yeah, the companies know it's worth the money they pay those influencers because it spreads their awareness. It helps with their marketing. And that brings me, with doing what you're good at. If you're good at selling and closing deals, hire someone to market. Hire someone to do your operations and the back end work. Let's say you're not an extrovert and you don't like selling or marketing and you are the operations. Be very good at what you do. Get your back end skills up and partner with someone who sells very well, right? You need to find out what you do and collaborate with people that are good at what you're not. And that's what's going to help you out.
That brings me to finding the right people, because not everyone is going to be a great fit for you. Yeah. It takes time to know maybe where you need to fill your pockets, where you're strengths are, where your weaknesses are. You need to fill your weaknesses. So, it may take a trial and error of a couple people, and that's okay.
That's what I was going to say. Sometimes finding out the right people to collaborate with is trial and error.
Yeah.
You're not just going to bang it out the park the first time you try. The first few people that you team up with and things, not every personality is a match. Don't be afraid to try different relationships, try different business partnerships, move on from some, keep others while you're figuring out who works with you.
Exactly. And some things you can look for when looking for that right business partner is shared values, aligned mindset. And the biggest one is a mutual benefit, because you need to make sure that both you guys are eating correctly
That you're both being taken care
and
of.
being fed.
And one thing I want to mention too, you can pick your team whether you think it or not. Obviously, if you're a manager and you're selecting the people that work there, you could pick it. But even if you're on the other end of that spectrum, if you're the employee, you don't realize how much power you have. You are the talent and resource. You could choose what team to join or what company to join. So even if you don't think you can necessarily select the team yourself, like put it together, you could pick which team you choose to join and make sure the people around you fit.
And I want to highlight this even for corporate people, because I know a lot of people in corporate, they maybe feel stuck like, oh, I need to join this team, or this is a good company, but I hate this team. If you like your company, you can look for other opportunities within, or you can interview while you're at that company and start looking elsewhere, because you were hired there for a reason. You were hired for your personality, for your skill set, for your knowledge, and that's invaluable.
Yeah, and you will get hired somewhere else for those same reasons if you apply yourself and try. And if you get anything from this segment, how important collaboration is in business, it's super important to be collaborating with the right people.
Yeah.
And you got to find those people yourself. You can't wait for the universe to hand them to you. You have to go out and look and hunt for the right people to collaborate with.
Exactly. So this was more so strategy on collaboration. Now we're going to get into our lifestyle segment and go into the support.
Oh yeah, I like that transition, because personally, I'm nothing without my friends, my family, my coworkers, and my partner. I'll be honest, everything I do in life, I have help. Nothing I do is alone. Life has its ups and downs. The people around you need help sometimes from you, and you need help from them, and that collaboration with everyone around you is what's going to set your life up for success.
Exactly. And that's why the 5 people in your circle shapes you, because this affects your mindset, your outcomes, your habits. And this is highlighted actually in Gary Keller's One Thing book, but this is so true. Your circle is your energy.
Yeah, no, exactly. The people you hang around, they decide your mood, how optimistic or pessimistic you are, your values, and whether you believe it or not, those 5 people, you choose who you're collaborating with. It's not just business, it's friendships. Your 5 closest friends, you're choosing to collaborate with them in life, and you become like them.
Yeah. Even think of collaborations as just relationships, because it is friendships. It's your parents, it's your partner, it's everyone you surround yourself with.
Exactly. And in life, being happy often requires others. So think about it, whether it's just a get together with friends or family, if that makes you happy, going out with your friends, if it's sports that you play, you need others to be on either your team or your enemy, your rivals, the other team. Requires people, different hobbies, let's say book clubs. If you love literature and you love reading books, going to book clubs with other people helps you decode them, understand them more, see other perspectives of the literature. People and collaboration help you find happiness in so many different ways.
Yeah, and I want to take it back, because last week we talked about accountability partners. Having that collaboration is so important. Having someone to call you out on your bullshit and then also cheer you on when you're doing great and supporting you, that's invaluable.
You definitely do both for me, especially calling me out.
Listen, someone's got to do it.
It's even. It goes both ways. We keep each other accountable,
and we cheer each other on.
We do. We're always celebrating each other. And that's why, collaboration with romantic partners is important too, because in order to create the life you want, you both have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
You have to be on board. And I'm going to bring up Gab's TikTok from earlier this week. She put one out there that is like a suburbs girl or whatever, a TikTok.
Suburban girl. I said I was romanticizing suburban girl energy, because I just feel like the city life is always romanticized, and I like trees, I like natures, I like being able to drive my car.
So whatever TikTok lingo she used that I will never understand, I just said, I agree so much because with your partner, you have to have the same goals in mind because you need to be working towards them together. Because I saw that I'm the same way. I want a house, a yard, I like driving, I like nature. And when you have your romantic partner striving towards the same goals as you, you get there so much faster.
Yeah.
Any goal is more difficult alone, and collaboration means relationship, right?
Yes, and we're going to discuss our dreams, and you all should too if you're not already. Have those conversations because someone maybe wants to live in the city, someone else wants to live in suburban areas. Like, you have to discuss that, come to an agreement, come to a compromise,
You
come
have
to a
find
plan.
compromise. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. You may not have the same goals, which is fine, but you have to compromise and work towards that compromise goal together.
And how you can make those dreams a reality is budgeting together, creating routines together, dream building, and that's how you guys are going to live your dream life. And that's what we've done. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Remove the how. Just know that it's going to happen if you both work towards it every single day.
This also goes into the gym. I mean, I can't go through lifestyle without touching the gym, but let's say you have a fitness goal. If you're a person who lifts weights, guy or girl, you may have a gym partner who has different workout exercises with different weights that challenges your body in different ways, and then you grow faster because you learn more. I know you like to go to different classes. Maybe you have a friend that goes to a different HIIT class or a Pilates class. It helps you learn new things, which pushes you to new heights.
Yeah. And on that note, you collaborate through community because you can be going to a networking event or a yoga class and you don't know, you can meet someone that can change your life there.
Exactly. The power of networking. One person could change your life and you never know where you're going to meet them or how. But if you're always just with the community, collaborating with people, helping others, help will come to you.
Yeah, that's the law of reciprocation. And with that, I want to transition to our real estate segment and start with referrals because you got to give to get.
Yes, nothing yells collaboration more than referrals. In this business that we're in with real estate, there are so many different occasions where the client that you're helping needs a service that you don't provide. And to make sure that they get the best service, you refer them to someone you trust. So not only do these referrals help your client because you know they're in good hands, it helps your business partners grow with you.
And even collaborating with other realtors, we do the same thing. We're supposed to be competition, right? But actually, we can be on the same team, and especially if we're servicing different areas. I'm going to Mega Agent Camp in August. Essentially, I'm going to meet other realtors from KW all over, and I'm going to meet those agents. And if I have somebody that's moving to Austin, Texas, I'm going to find a realtor in Austin, Texas, who I can refer that business out to. And by doing that, you can get 25%, which is the normal referral fee.
Yeah, and in my office, there are a bunch of very good agents that all come in. They're from a bunch of different companies up in North Jersey, and they're each other's competition, right? I just want to start with that. They're agents from different companies who compete against each other, and they all come together for agent masterminds once a month in my office, and they all discuss ideas together, market updates, and they collaborate together because these agents are all super successful, so they know the value of the collaboration, that they're willing to sit down in a room with their competition and share ideas because they understand that that's how everybody grows.
I totally agree with that. And a really great mindset affirmation that I say is there's enough business for everybody. And that really is the way that we can always grow each other's businesses.
Exactly. Let's talk also about a real estate transaction, how much collaboration goes into that.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you see the realtor and the loan officer here, but even the two of us, it's already two people on the deal. That's not even, the gist of it.
Yeah.
There's a title company, an attorney. There is inspectors, appraisers.
We're all power teams. We're all working with each other. I need photographers too. Like, there's so many people behind the scenes that we couldn't do a deal without.
Yeah, and then your client gets the most smooth, efficient process when you're making sure that they're going to people who are good at their jobs, that are good at collaborating with you, because I can't appraise a house. I can lend the money. I can't sell the house. She can. I can't provide the title work, right? Gabby can't inspect the home. She could show the house and all the specs, but an inspector can find out if there's mold. Gabby may be able to see it, but she's not going to be able to give the report. So we need help from other people in this process in order to get everything done and satisfy the client.
Yeah, and I can even take my own photos, but that's not going to look great. I want to hire a professional, and I want to give my clients the best services. So I'm going to hire a professional, and I'm going to get professional photos, and it's going to make everyone happier.
Yeah, exactly. And also a collaboration, let's talk about building a team. And we'll say it in real estate because that's what we're in. A team clears time for more money making activities for you. So if you're an agent or a loan officer that does a ton of business, hiring help to do some of the work allows you to focus on the things that bring in the business.
So I've seen teams structured with a rainmaker, and they'll usually take the listings. Then they have a buyer's agent, they have a leasing agent, which handles rentals. They have an admin, a transaction coordinator. Again, there's so many people behind the scenes that can be structured from a team. But if you have no desire to have that team as well, you can also just be a big shot platinum agent and just have an admin or a transaction coordinator. And again, that is freeing yourself up for more money making activities.
Yeah, and it can also just free you up for more time for your family. It can buy your time back. Maybe you're at a different point in your life where you want to spend more time with your kids or enjoy yourself, but you have this business, building a team can buy you back time, or maybe you're not using that time to make more business. Maybe you're just using it to go fishing with your kids, and that's okay too. But that's the important of buying the time back.
Again, invaluable. And I've literally said invaluable in each segment because collaboration is.
Collaboration.
I just had to call myself out there. I keep saying that, but it's because that's what just keeps spitting out.
We should put that on the description of this episode. Collaboration is invaluable.
Honestly,
that's the nail on the head.
If you made it this far, comment invaluable. And of course, we got to talk about home buying tips. Two people buying a home together, sharing a mortgage together, you qualify for more. It makes the transaction easier.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the simplest way to wrap this up, because you think about buying a house, it's so much easier to buy with someone else.
Yeah, two incomes are better.
Is better than one, right? Two savings is better, so now you qualify for more, you have more money to put down, and then you split the bills.
Yeah.
It's like everything's in half, so you can get more house and spend less because you're collaborating with someone else, whether that's your romantic partner or a friend or a family member, a brother or sister. So, the power of collaboration goes way beyond what we realize in our business, in our lifestyle, and our real estate. And, we had to touch on this today.
Appreciate you, teammate.
Yep. So thank you for tuning in this week.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Like and subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating if you liked this episode, and we'll see you guys next week.